I have a property. I've been living in it. I have a great interest rate. I've never been a landlord before. Should I sell it or should I rent it? That is the question we have been getting a lot here in Southern Nevada. And I think that you've got to look at it from each scenario. For instance, when are you ever going to get that 2.5% or 3% interest rate on that kind of money? It's free money. So if you can financially afford to rent it out, that would be the number one thing I would recommend. Allow someone else to pay your mortgage so that you have the ability to gain all that appreciation. Because appreciation will happen. Even if the cycle of real estate goes up and down, you don't sell it at the wrong time. You sell it when real estate has gone up. And Warren Buffett, he'll tell you the best investment is brick and mortar. And I've seen it year after year with my investors. They'll buy something, they'll hold on to it for 10 years. They've let someone else pay their mortgage, and then they turn around and they make $250,000, $300,000, sometimes $400,000 off of that purchase. Now, if you're in a situation where you have a great interest rate, but you just aren't sure if you're going to be able to stomach when the HVAC goes out and it's $6,000, then yeah, you have some decisions to make. But think about letting go of a property because of that $6,000 that scared you, which was a future repair. And you look back and 6 years later, that property that you sold for $300,000 is now selling for $400,000, because that happens. It happened to me. I bought my first real single family house. I had bought condos before, but this was my first single family house. And I bought it for, believe it or not, $117,000 in 1993. And it was cute, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, little backyard. It was a great little house. We lived in it for a few years, had our first, actually had 2 children in that property before we moved. And then all of a sudden, I was like, I'd like to rent it, but I'm nervous. I'm nervous that something's going to happen and I'm not going to be able to afford it. And what happens if the vacancy is there? Oh, and I let myself come in with all these stories. We sold it and we made money on it. And we went and purchased another property so that as our family was growing. Oh my gosh, do I regret that? I regret that so much, because the last time I checked, that property that I sold for a profit actually was selling for $450,000. And I bought it for just a little over $100,000. And my mortgage was so low because it was such a low start point. So I wish that I had kept that property and reaped the benefits of the appreciation. Now my youngest kid is 24. It would have been great. This would have been the right time to sell it and do a 1031 exchange or take the taxes and enjoy whatever life has in store for us that we want to do. It's a big decision, but you really got to zoom out and you've got to look at the future. Don't look at it in such a small focus. You know, this is what I'm going to make today. This is what could happen today. This is, oh my gosh, 60 days of vacancy. As long as you've got 3 months in reserve for vacancy, you should be fine, especially in Vegas. Everything will rent for the right price. My dad taught me that. My dad's been in the business since 1978, and he has said, Jenny, a shack with no doors and no windows, there is a rent price for that. You just have to find it. So you may have wanted $1,700 and you may only get $1,600, which, by the way, $100 difference in a rental is huge. When you do price reductions, you only do them in like $25, $50 increments. So you thought it was $1,700, you get $1,600, but that $1,600 is covering your mortgage. Maybe there's $100, $200 over and above. Put it aside. At this point, if you're worried about ACs or water heaters breaking, then create a little slush fund for repairs. That way you don't have to be stressed. And in a year and a half, you'll have plenty that you can, at least a good start of what you can use for your big ticket repairs. Let someone else pay your mortgage. It's the simplest, smartest thing that has ever happened. And I don't know why people don't take advantage of it. Well, maybe I do know. It's exactly what happened to me. I got nervous. I created a story in my head and I thought to myself, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do it. And I convinced myself to sell it now, reap the benefits, and that was a good decision. And in reality, worst decision I probably ever made in my life. So as you're looking at it and as you're deciding, lean towards renting it if you can. Only time I would say don't is if there is a lot of work that needs to be put into the property in order to get it on the rental market. If you have a property that is, let's say 1985, 1990, but you're talking $20,000 to get it to where it looks fresh, clean, and competitive in the market, unless you can go and get like a second or a HELOC or something that can actually come in and pay for those repairs, that would be hard to stomach to just throw that out there to put it into the rental market. But if the repairs are like $3,000-$4,000, maybe a full paint, maybe some baseboards, clean carpet, then lean towards renting the property. If there is anything that I have learned in real estate, it's called legacy money. And legacy money is made by holding real estate. You hear a lot of people out there about flipping this, flipping that, making money, and they do. They can. I'm not denying that. But legacy money is the money that you want when you get a little older, you're retired, you want to put a child through college, even if you're at a time in your life where you really want to grab that money and do something that's really, really, a bucket list item. Legacy money, that's what you want. That's what holding real estate can do for you. That's what rentals can do for you. Will you have some expenses? Yes. Is it like a living, breathing thing? Yes. Water heaters don't last forever. ACs don't last forever. Not every resident treats the property like it's their own. There will be repairs. There will be money that you have to invest, but it will be so, so worth it. So in the beginning of this video, I said, do you hold the property and rent it, or do you sell it? I think you only sell it if you absolutely, absolutely have to. Rent it if you can.